Welcome back to another match. Second round of the tournament. This is potentially the big match. We're gonna just make sure that they know the start. This is what a lot of people have predicted to would be the European Championship, or would definitely be the caliber of a European Championship. And that is because both of these players are the past two European champions who are clashing in the second round. This is Ryukuma and Sparrowhawk. And this should be the Battle of the Titans. I think it's safe to say that the winner of this match will be the favorite to win the entire conference.
Yeah. I mean, they have potentially interesting schedule to go through to make it to that point.
If you look at their history, it's gonna be a tough one. Now, before we get into this, let me remind you to drop a like on this video. Drop it, do it. Sub to the channel if you don't want to miss any more of these matches coming out. This could be the match of the tournament. I think skill-wise, these two are definitely on top of their game. They're both champions. They're both phenomenal. So can't even call it. What are we looking at here, and what have we seen in terms of the bets?
Well, Ryukuma is bringing. Wait, did I? Oh no, I did. Wait, I wrote my notes the wrong way. I was like, something about this is off.
Yeah.
Ryukuma's bringing Spell Druid, Galakrond Rogue, Galakrond Priest, and his Bomb Warrior is banned. Sparrowhawk is bringing Egg Warrior, Tempo Demon Hunter, Galakrond Rogue, and his Spell Druid is banned.
The Spell Druid is a really interesting ban choice from Ryukuma. As a matter of fact, when I told Sparrowhawk this, he was surprised. He just said, wow, I can't believe this is very unexpected. Because this is typically a deck that we talk about being maybe one of the weak spots and that you want to target in some people's lineups. And Ryukuma actually decides to ban this. And knowing him, he definitely has a reason for it. Because he's the kind of guy who studies everything. We know that. He knows the history. He knows every match that's ever been played, every game in this tournament. So he probably made a reliable judgment there.
Yeah, if you want to know about Ryukuma's Trash Bowl history knowledge, of course, check out the live chat from the bracket drawing.
Also, join our Discord server because he's in there. You can always ask him there if you want to. We see Sparrowhawk with Demon Hunter right away. Ryukuma has the Rogue. And you gotta wonder who's favored in this one.
I have a hard time judging this. I think I always overestimate the Rogues.
Maybe.
I think we've seen that I very consistently ban Rogue if available.
Yeah, you've banned Rogues. That's true.
So I feel like the Rogue might have a better matchup here. Then again, we know that the Temple Demon Hunter is very fast, and given what we're seeing on the hands right now, I feel like it's looking pretty good for the Demon Hunter.
He hasn't been able to really establish a big board, but he has a good curve coming up. Got that Satyr, and he's gonna be building some stuff here. Couple of Golden Legends available, a lot of fun stuff. Got Fellord in the pack recently, he's terrible. Not expecting to pick that, and the
Ahmed is interesting.
It's probably the best pick, I like it.
You can play it and then play like a Lackey or something, and you have like a 1/7.
It's already something, exactly.
That's not necessarily spectacular because you're not actually in a combo priest where you have Inner Fire.
But it's good stats.
But it's still a lot of extra stats you can put on the board very quickly. And there's a coin being picked up that was Sparrowhawk. I don't exactly see.
He might be thinking Warglaves, but instead just goes. Yeah, he's gonna coin this, be able to kill them.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think there's an argument to make here for coining to get rid of the Greyheart Sage, allowing you to summon your Satyr with the attack, and as a matter of fact, probably protecting the Satyr Overseer.
Yeah. Now, Ryukuma is really going to be wanting to find himself a stealth minion here, so he can actually get some draw out of that Sage. Krongs is a good choice for later on if he needs to draw his Galaxy.
We see the exact play I mentioned before.
Some value there for you. Evasive Dragon looks like a good play. I like that.
Yeah, Draconid works. Waxed Red also works, I think, but Draconid, of course, the more defensive play, and I think in the Demon Hunter matchup, it's probably better because Waxed Red seems more like you slap him once and then
I think we're going to see Sparrowhawk build a huge board. He's going to use all 4 of these attacks. First of all, he's going to kick that Amet, and he's going to build an entire board of demons, which will be tough to deal with for Ryukuma.
I mean, at this point, it's not like he has access to cards like Consec. You're not running Phantom Knives, and even if you did, you need 2 of them.
Even kills the Lackey, everything goes. Look at this army of Satyrs. So Ryukuma needs to find answers here. The cartoon could stall out a little bit, but not a lot.
Yeah, Krongs is I think the best way in this deck, in theory, to deal with it, but that is after you played your Galakrond, which is nowhere in sight.
And potentially Sparrowhawk could just say no you and play this Kane, completely ignore that taunt.
I think this turn it's a very sensible choice to make.
He seems to want to remove it.
That's also possible. You can play the Twinsies on top of it.
And then you play the Kane on the Draconic next turn.
Oh, big taunt.
The Sparrowhawk is dealing so much damage to his own face, but that's... I think he's showing a prime example of how this class of Demon Hunter is supposed to be played, right? Just face tank hard, but just you spam the board and eventually you'll just overwhelm.
Of course, note that is not general advice. That depends a little bit on the matchup. If you're playing another very aggressive deck, you might not want to go down to 12 health. Though right now, yeah, I mean,
that's going to be lethal.
Knocks down the turn, but
yeah, Sparrowhawk's going to win this with that Kane. He's calculated it all out. He's been carrying the one backstage, crunching the numbers. Going to take it home. What a performance with that Demon Hunter, and just perfect play, perfect handling.
Friendly minions, ignore
all friendly characters.
Oh, sorry, characters. My bad.
That's the important part. So you can also attack with the weapon there.
With Demon Hunter, that matters more than with most other classes.
Yeah. What a way to kick this off. Sparrowhawk making his mark. Of course, both these guys have been undefeated so far in this tournament. They both won their first round matches convincingly with 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, as you would expect from players of that caliber. But now the question is, right, does Ryukuma come back from this? Does Sparrowhawk solidify his lead? What decks do they bring?
I feel like a 2-0 lead in a match like this would be very, very decisive. That would be tough.
You would think so, but there's also a reasonable chance that they play their weakest deck last. And we have seen reverse sweeps happen before.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't necessarily know if they're either of Sparrowhawk's remaining decks. We have the Egg Warrior and the Galakrond Rogue are necessarily the sort of deck that where you are vulnerable to a reverse sweep there, but it's possible.
It might come down to Rogue Mirror at the end, and Sparrowhawk now goes Rogue. Ryukuma also switches to Priest, and of course I had to laugh there. Casual 1000 win portraits on both sides of the board. Why not? Just goes to show.
Are you really surprised?
I'm not surprised about anything that these guys are doing at all.
And we'll see.
Look at the hand for Sparrowhawk. Stealth, and 2 stealth lovers. That's amazing.
He might very well just hero power on 2, knowing him.
He could, yeah. I mean, why not? He could play the minion, but he could hero power.
If you play the minion, you can attack with the other minion, which is in my
I like the idea of hero power in here. Next turn you Sage, and the turn after you stealth and Sage.
Yeah, see, the Sparrowhawk does dagger up pass.
Yeah.
Very slow play, but very sensible.
That's like a full sprint that he's gonna just get as an extra effect on basically just playing a tempo curve in 2 turns.
Yeah, I mean, you're losing, 1 point of health for drawing 2 cards. That's a trade-off that you like to make.
That's the power of this sort of deck. Now, Ryukuma is just also casually sitting back, amassing cards. He's got some good removal options, got good healing options.
Shadow Madness is insane on this board.
That's true. That's how he's gonna wanna play it. That's exactly what
I can't believe how good Shadow Madness works here.
Yep, sure, clear. Nice and easy.
It's one of those cards, right? You don't see it a lot.
It's a really good anti-aggro card.
But when it happens, yeah.
Let's see what Sparrow decides to go with. Does he just want to draw another 2 cards? Play the exact same thing?
Or... yeah, no, I think that's what he does. I was about to say, or...
He could also have the Miscreant to...
could have played Cat and Miscreant, or Questing and Cat, but...
just Spy and Miscreant, and then you still have the Stealth activation next time. You have the combo this turn. Besides to just draw cards here, wants the variety. Holy Nova picked up, Penance important. There's unfortunately also a Volpira on Ryukuma's hand. couldn't quite stop himself from doing that. That's actually something we need to take care of next time. Cards that depict Volpira need to be banned from the tournament.
Oh, you're afraid of someone playing Volpira Scoundrel?
Yeah, just Volpira, yeah. There might be more cards printed, is what I'm saying, right? Like, you never know. Can't have it.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a rule.
There we go.
Speaking of Volpira Scoundrel being played,
terrible.
and... I think I like Mystery Choice here.
I also like Mystery Choice, unless there's some plan that he has down the line. We'll see.
Because none of the others are particularly crazy, and most of them aren't incredibly useful in the near future.
This is a key game, by the way. This will be
Grave Room.
Nice pick. This will be a hard-fought battle. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this single game went over 20 minutes, and it's definitely gonna be very, very important.
Yeah, and I can in order to tell you that every second of it will be glorious.
Oh, for sure.
We'll see plays that we didn't think of, but actually make perfect sense, like we do every single time one of these two plays. And now get both of them.
True. So, Sparrowhawk deciding to play the adventurer and put some serious pressure down. Soul Mirror is in range with coin, but not exactly great here. It's going more and just Colinova.
Leaves the shield at 1 health, but everything else gets cleared.
Yeah. I like that play.
It's a very solid play. I don't hate it.
Could seal his fate, just invoke that Galakrond, and just it's gonna a key aspect of this will be who gets their Galakrond out with how much invocations and how fast and who's first to do it.
Both players notably have a Galakrond on hand, and
that's a good evolve. You're gonna love to see that. Just
Ryu
easy
also has
damage.
the Kronks.
Now, how's Ryu's Galakrond looking here?
Ryu's Galakrond is still the base form, and it needs to be upgraded twice still. He hasn't done anything
once. That's a big pickup. Soul Mirror seems to be forced for him here, so he has to use that removal.
I mean, clears almost everything. The Scaveteer stays alive, but so what? Does have stealth, notably, but now Sparrows, I believe, just upgraded to the second form, so he can draw 2 cards with it right now.
Yeah, I think he wants the claw though in this one.
Yeah, especially since he is.
That could be decisive.
Based on how he's been playing it, he's definitely the more aggressive person here as well. Western Red is very possible. Alex, I don't think so. I think it's either Whelp or more likely Waxed Red.
Don't like Alex Straza?
If your opponent's at 15 and
but he's a priest. He's got Apotheosis, got everything. Goes Waxed Red.
Told you.
And he might put that down right here. No, it doesn't. Nope. Guardian. He does, however, which I like a lot, kill this Skyveteer because he knows that Apotheosis. He knows the lifesteal that Ryukuma wants to sneak in there, and he's denying it right away.
And of course, also worth noting that with Waxed Red, the kind of like a shove into the deck, if that gets drawn with Galakrond, that's going to replace itself with a card that is not reduced to 0. But then again, I don't think you can complain about getting your free Waxed Red.
Right now, Ryukuma in a bit of a weird situation.
All the cards, none of the answers. Yeah, I guess Time Rip can kill one thing.
Once.
Yeah. Great. Chrono Breaker, not exactly it right now.
Not the necessarily place you love making. He's gonna heal here, and Sparrowhawk is crunching numbers in his head right now. Double Eviscerate on the hand. He's doing 12. He's doing. Is he doing lethal?
We have 8 on board. Double Evis is another 8. Wait, we have 8 plus 8 is 16. It's 1 off.
1 off.
Is there any damage? Not.
Doesn't seem like it. He picks up the Waxed Red, so. He dealt 16 there, so it's definitely in that range where you see those double eviscerates. Huge board build he saw in the turn before that. No good removal on hand for Ryukuma, and even now great build up because now say he clears the board fully. Guess what? Sparrowhawk still is going to win.
I think he has to play Disciple and Galakrond here, and even that's not going to be enough. But
it seems like there's really no answers there for Ryukuma.
Disciple, Galakrond, if necessary, coin a Shadow Word, but none of that is gonna turn the game around fully.
There comes the Galakrond.
Destroys 2 minions, gets 5 armor.
He needs Edwin and Waxed Red basically. Does not hit them both.
Coin Shadow Word Death to get rid of the Edwin. And now we have 7 points of damage on the board, plus the enough. 8 is 1 over lethal, exactly.
And Sprock's gonna take this. Unbelievable.
He could also play the High Spirit first.
Yes.
To activate the combo.
Yeah, he will.
I don't think he'll play what he gets off the High Spirit because at that point you're rolling for a potential lethal where you have a guaranteed one.
He'll take this. He's gonna take this. Sparrow with the 2-0 win. And this is such. Listen. if anyone is looking to learn how to play against Priest, and a lot of people like to complain about Priest, this is perfect teaching tape to look at, because you saw exactly Sparrowhawk knows what he's playing against. He's seen the deck, he knows exactly what's in there, and he avoids answers, and he takes answers away by the style that he plays with, and he reacts to what he's seeing. There's a minion down, Apotheosis. That's instantly what he's thinking.
Yes.
I gotta kill that minion.
Though, quite frankly, I don't think this is necessarily the priest that people complain about. I think the Res Priest is one that people have more...
But similar idea, right?
With.
They use similar tools, so you're expecting Soul Mirror, and Sparrowhawk says, I can play the 1-3. He had a full board, I'm gonna play the 1-3 also, because Soul Mirror doesn't hurt me much more if I do it.
Yeah. Now we're gonna see, of course, Sparrow playing the Warrior... yeah.
Yes.
I still get confused by my notes being upside down.
Why did you write it that way?
Because I didn't think about
Sparrowhawk with the Enraged Warrior, and
yes.
Ryukuma going back to Priest, saying that's my best matchup against that. And Ryukuma has to find a way to get a win here.
Yeah, and we're now in the position that you talked about, where Ryu now has to find 3 wins against that Warrior. And we've seen that Warrior do good things, and we see Skipper and Bomb Wrangler on the hand for Sparrowhawk.
Yeah, we see some potential there.
And I think we're going to see the Skyraider this turn.
Skyraider, just get another pirate in.
Cobalt Sticky Finger, not what you want in this matchup.
Not good at all.
Though, really good in the mirror. Actually, even better against Bomb Warrior, but Bomb Warrior or Pyro Warrior.
Any warrior, really.
Decent in the mirror. Oh, probably also good against Demon Hunters. Just not in this game.
Not right now.
That being said, I think we're just gonna see...
If you wanted to, you could drop just 2 pirates. I assume that might be the case. Question is, does he want to go Skipper now?
I don't think so. I think he wants to keep that for when he knows that he can use it. Because he knows the priest has ways to deal with it.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of burst potential there for Sparrowhawk, even with the Battle Rage. And there's another Skipper, too.
Playing a Wrangler and 2 Skippers in some combination is just disgusting. I don't know.
And then you draw a full hand, because you have Battle Rage.
Yeah.
You need Blood Boil Brood for free, and then you're good.
Oh yeah, just
casual.
So plays the Parachute Brigand there from hand because he knows he's not going to get it off anything else right now. Holy Nova seems almost perfect, but then again, not very impactful. I've seen better Novas before.
Yeah, you got to clear it up though. It's nothing better to play. You start invoking next turn. If you go into the higher turns, you have a better chance with the Priest.
The awkward thing for Sparrow is he doesn't have any great plays right now. He has the Wrangler Skipper combo, but I don't think there's much you can do with it right now.
That seems like a good play to me.
He does play it, yes, and it was the potential to call another Skipper.
Lazul drawn?
But that gets a little too crazy.
Could be good. Typically not as great against aggro. Just from the information point of view.
Yeah, you know your opponent plays Skippers, you also know, which is nice to clear the boards potentially, but you also know that A, the deck is built for that, and B...
Here comes Lazul, so he gets to pick something here. Why not Coin?
Coin is a very underrated choice here.
Why not even Coin? You have that big gap between 5 and 8.
There's a point you made for Inner Rage to kill something. Similar ideas with the Orc Merchants and, you know, as has been in the past. Inner Rage. It kills a thing, you can't hate on it. That being said, Coin legitimately a very valid consideration. Much more so than Grom. Grom is not going to do anything good.
Not good Priest at all. Armorsmith, potentially a play now for Sparrowhawk. He can get a bunch of armor for himself.
The moment you play the Armorsmith, you get both of your bombs to go off, which means, first of all, of course, you should actually attack with them first before you kill them. But you hit with both of those, you play the Armorsmith, you get a bunch of stuff to go off.
Just sits the Sticky Finger saying,
better stats.
I'm cool.
Ooh.
Kills the Lazul.
Probably perfect too.
Yeah.
Penance, good draw here. Deals with the Cobalt Sticky Finger.
We might just see the taunt though. Start contesting that board.
And if you want, you can still Inner Rage the Skipper if you want to get rid of it. Independent of what else you play.
Giving himself a target for the Apotheosis.
Shadow Figure is not horrible.
Could pick up. And uses the spare mana to get the heal in. I like Holy Nova here. It's just, okay.
Picks up Thought Steal.
Interesting choice. He wants those warrior cards, huh?
I mean, some of those are definitely very good in this, but also we already see another Wrangler Skipper combo on hand, and I think, quite honestly, Skipper's probably one of the cards that he wanted off of Thought Steal, and he's not going to get it. Yeah, that's a good Battle Rage, and then you can hit the taunt and just clear it cleanly. Rampage is a good draw.
There's a potential weapon in the future, and there's the actual titular egg of the Deep
Breath is very clean.
Pick up.
It doesn't deal with the one extra bomb, but it's very good overall.
He was finding answers right now. This is what he kind of lacked last time. Makes an anchor.
The anchor's not very good in this, but the challenge
might be. Yeah, that could be quite decent. You don't mind that as a priest at all. It's a removal card, control card after all.
Speaking of control cards, there's the Echo card. I mean, and draws the anchor with the cash.
And Ryukuma will be happy to see that.
That is cash money, as they say.
Cash money.
Yeah. Draws himself another pirate, I think. Nope.
No more pirates.
Right, he played both Skippers and both Raiders,
of
course. Yeah. But it's still a decent weapon.
All his pirates. Loses a bit of value with the anchor there. Sure.
Galakrond now available on the hand of Ryukuma.
Very important.
But no great plays. Like, he's gonna play Morazan here.
You put an 8 in, you get an anchor, you get an egg.
Yeah.
Not terrible. You have more anchors than the warrior.
Yes,
and this is where the sticky finger. This is where the sticky finger would have made it better for Sparrowhawk to keep, because you never know when Priest is involved. You never know what's going to happen.
That is actually an interesting point. I still think when he played it was very good. He ended up clearing a Shield of Galakrond with it, and the anchor is just a 2/2 weapon for 3 without any other benefit because he already played all of his.
You would imagine just he's gonna want to inner rage and rampage that egg and get rid of the 8/5, or just go. Well, he might still.
Counterpoint. For 10 mana, you can Innerate Rampage the Grom for lethal.
That's an idea. That is an idea, so he's gonna keep it. Gonna keep it here. Sets his lethal up for next turn. That's a good play.
I'm trying to think here. Apotheosis gives +3 health. That's a little much.
It's a lot of lifesteal though. You're gonna like that on
yes. Counterpoint would have been, of course, if it was a little less health, you could have actually taken the egg and took a good trade with that. If it was
but I think you want the extra lifesteal.
You know, if it was like +2/+1 or something, then you could have had a very nice trade with the Corcoran there. But that being said, yeah, I mean, healing 10 in one chunk is a lot.
He's healing to full this turn, damn near.
Remember healing elixir?
I remember.
That was 14, I think.
He's going hard.
And
going up to 27 again.
Comparatively, Ryukuma healing 15 this turn. And gets the death rattle off the shadowy figure. I told you it's a good card.
Egg in hand. Crazy. And Sparrowhawk back to square one, basically.
Yeah, and no way to necessarily deal with a Morazan here. Interesting thought is getting a Lance, but that's still very marginal here. You could get Ethereal into Execute, which is the absolute high roll. Gets Faceless. Interesting for sure. Defias Ringleader.
This is not gonna do it. I feel like Sparrowhawk is.
Yeah, he ran out of steam there.
Yeah.
He still has the pushing 13 damage in one go.
But it doesn't matter as long as Ryukuma has a 10 attack lifestealer.
Well, as I was about to say, more importantly, as long as he's above 20 health, yeah. Looks Galakrond.
Yeah, now he's starting to actually with his play, and that's correct.
Water Bearer!
Water Bear picked up by Ryukuma. Unbelievable. Trade. All the heals.
I mean, yeah.
Play everything. Yeah, just play Bear, play Challengers.
Kills the egg. Why do you kill that egg? Why would you kill that egg?
Because he wants to Shadow Madness. He wants to Shadow Madness that to run to the other egg. That works.
Yeah, I think the Ringleader, but...
Okay.
I'm a little bit confused.
Rampage! Rampage avoidance!
Oh, I was going to say, was he that worried about him drawing more cards off of a second? But yeah, Rampage.
Battle Rage and Rampage avoidance. Yeah.
Because Battle Rage was what I had in mind. Because it's like, He could have just as well killed the other egg.
Next level thinking, yeah. But then again, you might not want him to have a damaged minion.
Yeah, that's fair.
And a bit of desperado. Sparrowhawk's gonna chuck it up, trying to find a Lucky that can do something here. But it seems like this game is going to end, and Ryukuma is gonna stay in it. He's gonna stay alive.
Yeah, and then maybe we'll get to what I said. You know, you can maybe reverse sweep the deck. You
can try.
I mean, this was definitely the best matchup.
Mm-hmm.
But
try. I really want to see him do it with the druid, though.
I think the priest is a relatively even matchup, but the druid would be rough.
Expect Ryu to pick the rogue next game if he wins this, and say we're going to the last. But the druid will be tough against that warrior for sure.
And technically, Sparrow hasn't lost this one yet.
True.
Because the thing is that Ryu right now still is taking a couple of turns to kill him. That being said, I don't think there is a way you can necessarily find
this is now crushing.
30 points of damage. I mean, let me think. No, that wouldn't even help. I was about to say other Bloodsworn mercenaries in this deck, but it doesn't even matter.
This is now crushing.
Because even with a mercenary,
you can't do it with the Grom.
You can only do 20 with Grom, and the coin already in mind.
I'm expecting Sparrowhawk to resign this match right now.
Life for Lance.
And
Life for Lance. Get a brawl.
Maybe brawl.
The thing is, right? If you're chucking up a prayer with Life for Lance, you always want the ethereal lackey. And it's witchy, which is not it.
Not exactly that.
That was a fun one.
That's happens. Sometimes you roll low. That's gonna be the match. As Ryukuma, whatever he wants to do, he's gonna win.
15, 16, 17.
Yeah, he has it.
Oh, right, with the anchor.
Big surprise.
I was about to say, borders one off.
Wonder if Sparrow remembers where this came from. The anchor originally from Telltale.
I mean, it says it when he plays it.
It's been a while, but he kept that all along. So Ryukuma picks up a win. He's not going to get washed here, and he says, I'm still back. I'm still in this. It's not over yet. Monumental challenge ahead of him, no less. He's got to beat Sparrowhawk 2 more times.
Yeah, and of course, I think everyone's expecting the rogue here, which brings up the question.
Sure.
Do you bring the druid?
No.
Psych out Sparrowhawk?
How do you psych him out? It's not like Sparrowhawk has any choice. You know, he's waiting for you to bring the druid. He's
just like,
yeah.
You know, he's like, oh, he's gonna bring rogue. I'm mentally in the mindset to beat the rogue. And
I don't think he has to be. You're just waiting until the druid shows up and you beat it.
Just beat it.
Yeah, I feel like Sparrowhawk is probably a veteran enough to understand how his way to win this. He does go druid though. He does go druid. Okay, putting the cards on the table. Ryukuma saying, "Let's get it."
We have a slight glitch here, but that will resolve itself. But we do see overgrowth.
Let's hope so.
It resolved itself. And Skyraider on 1. Can't complain about that. Ooh, Corsair is very interesting with that lance.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
And we see Inner Rage and Rampage on hand.
He might start.
The Bloodsworn Mercy.
He might start going hard here. By the way, this match, of course, is sponsored by Beverage. This time in a can. Whenever you're thirsty, consume. As a matter of fact, I'm about to open this can, so don't worry about this noise. You heard that? That's the sound of Beverage.
Well made.
Right there. Consume Beverage.
Coin boggling Moonfire possible, but seems a little excessive almost. Yeah. But then again, if you know that there's Bloodsworn Mercenary on the hand, which you don't, then that's very valid, I think. You don't have
hero power.
Because there's a very good argument to be made. The druid gets stronger over time.
There's a risk of getting run over in like 2 turns here, though, with this now. It's Sparrowhawk, yeah.
That's what I was saying, right? There's a very good reason. You might think, keep the Bloodsworn Mercenary for like a crazy rush or charger.
But you know the Enrage synergy.
And
one has to go, he sees that instantly. That is, of course, true, but there's now still one there.
Yeah, and I think that Lance can still do some stuff.
I assume here comes the Lance with the Lackey.
Definitely the most proactive play, and I think in this phase of the game you want to be proactive.
Push him down to 9 health on turn 4.
Maybe less.
Maybe less.
Looks like it won't be less.
That's a good Lackey though. Oh,
that's a bad dragon choice.
Those are all terrible right now.
Listen, right? Two of those are pretty good.
His
not in the situation.
His kingdom for a big old whelp there, and he gets all the legends. He
resigns.
Ryuk. Wow.
Is Sparrows.
The Druid back at it again. What a performance from Sparrowhawk with that warrior. We've seen this before. This kind of warrior can go crazy. Remember my match against Maxime?
Yeah.
Remember how the warrior went crazy?
Sure. It wasn't that warrior, but yeah.
And it wasn't the same warrior, it was a very similar warrior. And it went crazy in a very similar way.
I mean, remember my match against Lemonade? The last one, I also had a warrior there. But that was
a pirate warrior.
It was a pirate warrior,
Yeah,
yes.
it's a quite a different warrior. But that also means, since I've mentioned already, Sparrowhawk, guess who you're facing? It's me. So, Sparrowhawk, Alex 3 actually. It's
Yeah.
I've tried to avoid it, but I couldn't help myself from winning all these games. Okay, so all I had to do is lose. I just couldn't. So it's gonna be me and Sparrowhawk.
At some point there will be a documentary about all of the matches between you and Sparrowhawk.
And Ryukuma will be making it. Exactly. Yes, it's gonna be Sparrowhawk and me in the semis at least. It's gonna be in the semifinals. I know I have nothing to lose, except for the match most likely. But I'm gonna bring my A game because I have a good lineup and I have tape on Sparrowhawk, so this should be a good one.
Honestly, I think against his lineup, you have at least just on the matchup basis, you have a decent shot.
Correct. I prefer this lineup to play against than Rio's actually.
That's what I was thinking.
There's no priest. I feel like it's gonna be a good one. But Ryukuma, thank you very much for being here. Of course, he's still the reigning champion, but will be dethroned this time by undetermined, but we know he'll be back next time. This was of course a phenomenal match, and Sparrowhawk is just making a big claim to going back to where he once was and picking up a second championship. He'll have to go through me in the next round, but we'll see where that ends up. So congratulations to Sparrowhawk, you're moving on, and let the battle begin. Ryu, thank you very much. We'll see you around. And we'll be back soon with another matchup, and at some point we'll figure out who JJ's opponent will be, which should also be an interesting one. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Drop a like on the video. We've had an epic match. Maybe the best performance we've ever seen from Sparrowhawk on National Live Internet so far. Given that the opponent, the situation, incredible. So it should be a fun tournament. Subscribe to the channel to not miss any more of that. And if you want to go the extra mile, you can join our Discord server. The link to that is in the description. It's free, and hopefully we'll see you there soon. Until next time, JJ.
That's it.
That's it.